You paid for fresh bread, so why is it dry by tomorrow? You're not crazy. A lot of Sam's Club bakery items are mass-produced, frozen for a long stretch, and reheated for that fresh-out-the-oven glow. It looks warm. It tastes tired. Stay with me. I'll show you the exact bakery traps that waste money fast, and the simple swap that keeps your bread soft past day 2, with better flavor and less waste. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the label says fresh, why is your loaf stiff by morning? The answer sits in a timeline you never see. Your bread starts life in a distant plant, not a backroom oven. It gets mixed with the rest of a huge batch, shaped by machines, and pushed into a deep freeze. Days or weeks later, it shows up in a warehouse club backroom. It does not wake up better than it went in. It just looks the part when heat revives the crust. Let's start with the promise. Warm loaves stacked high. Glossy muffins with that sugar sparkle. Trays that look straight from the oven, still giving off steam under the lights.
And naan is $5, and you do get a 10 count. Greek pita bread for $1, 12 count, non-GMO. So nooks and crannies, you get 12 for $3.64. It's going to be different. This one was a multi-grain, that was $4.18. $5.38 for Hawaiian rolls, which I feel like is a great deal. You do get two. $3.67. You know what? I've never tried this brand. Wonder Bread, I used to have all the time as a kid. $3.50. You will get two. $5. And it looks like you get 16 in here. 4 grams of net carb per serving. And
you grab the big pack because cost per loaf drops, and you feel like you hacked the system. 2 loaves for not much more than 1. Value, right? But here's the quiet step that matters. Those fresh items are often mass-produced off-site, held frozen, and finished in store. Thaw and bake or par bake and reheat. It's a stage set. Heat makes a crust bloom, color pop, aroma lift. The crumb inside tells another story by day 2. It tightens. It dries. It crumbles. The science is simple. Bread goes stale because starch chains in the crumb lock back together as it cools, a process called retrogradation. Freeze-thaw speeds that up. Think of cooked pasta that sat in the fridge overnight, it firms and loses that supple bite. Bread does the same, only faster after a freeze.
now if you're looking for corn, they are gluten-free. You get 110 for $3.48. $6.18 low carb, and you do get 16 count. They also have spinach, which is going to be $4, and you do get 8. $5 $4.98 for a 20 count, which is good. I think, in my opinion, grocery store, it does cost you about almost $4 per loaf. And a cinnamon raisin is $4.88, and again, you will get 2. 12 pack $4.18.
The crust stays pretty. The inside loses moisture to the air and to those starch crystals. It feels dry even if it's not old. So you get the classic twin pack trap. A family brings home 2 sandwich loaves. Day 1 is fine. Day 2, slices crack as you fold them around turkey. Crumbs on the board. Crumbs in the toaster tray. By day 3, half the pack is toast-only material or headed to the bin. The unit price looked great on the shelf. It looks worse when half of it is paid waste. Bulk logic that works for bleach does not apply to bread. Shelf-stable goods hold their punch. Perishables don't. With bread, the clock is ruthless, and the freeze-thaw cycle shortens it. Large format packs push more volume into that 24-hour window. If the texture drops fast, you eat fast or toss money.
Vegan friendly. And if you love raisin bread, they do have a 2-pack for $5.88. And 24 count is $2.98. I don't think I have a favorite tortilla. I like the Nanas. I like the one to cook on the stove. Let's see, Mission by Nature's Own. And Sara Lee, $4.46. Again, you will get 2. And don't forget about your hot dog buns, $2.98, so 3. $2.32. You had the sesame seed on top.
Small batch bakeries run on a tighter loop. Shorter supply chain, bake that day, fewer freeze-thaw rides. It's like the difference between an apple picked off a tree and one that sat in cold storage for months. The fresh one keeps snap and juice longer on your counter. Same idea with bread. A loaf that never saw the deep freeze holds moisture longer, so the crumb stays soft past breakfast tomorrow. You might want to change only one habit, not your whole shopping routine. A small buying pattern shift preserves softness, taste, and your budget.
And then Ballpark tailgaters, you will get 12 for $2.98. So this is also great for grilling. $2.98 is not bad. And you do get 12. $12.72 for Aunt Hattie's. And that's going to be a hot dog, a bun.
You keep convenience. You ditch waste. The trick is when and how you lock in moisture, not how much you carry out at once. Here's the smart swap. Buy one loaf at a time from a local bakery or a grocer that bakes daily. If you need 2, do surgery the day you bring them home. Pre-slice. Split portions you'll actually use in 24 hours. Slide the rest into airtight bags, press out the air, and freeze that day. When you thaw pre-sliced bread in a sealed bag, the moisture redistributes as it warms. You get soft slices instead of brittle edges. Toast from frozen works even better, because the heat hits fast and gives you crisp outside, tender inside. If you still want the bulk price, you can keep it without the stale tax. Freeze in meal-sized bundles.
So 8-inch, you only get 40 count for $3.88. 12-inch is $4.84, and you do get 24. And $3.88. And again, you get 12 in here. $4.38 for Sara Lee, $7.98, and you will get 5. Make a pizza at home. So a 2-pack is $4.28.
Rotate them. Pull only what you'll use by morning. Skip the counter loaf marathon. The truth is, the cost of waste wipes out the deal long before the unit price helps you. Now that you see how a deal turns into crumbs, let's move to the other bulk traps that quietly drain your wallet next. The real kicker is simple. Bulk feels like savings, but stale bread is paid waste. When the clock starts the minute you get home, fresh cycles beat big boxes. One loaf. Fewer leftovers. Fewer crumbs you fund. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who buys bread by the armful. Then try one fresh loaf this week and see how long it stays soft. Test it yourself. Stay curious. Next, we break down bulk cleaners that lose their punch before you are halfway through the jug, why they fade, how to spot it, and the smaller buys that actually clean.